Today, I'm gonna share with you the ultimate mid lane rotation coming out from the global 1 NUWA player. Yeah, not number 2, but number 1 global NUWA player. So what you waiting for? Let's get started. Hey yo guys, how's everyone doing? This is your guy, Assassin Dave. Welcome back to another tutorial video, this time a little bit different. We're gonna show you the macro rotation, everything you need to know on how to rotate as a mid laner featuring the global 1 NUWA player. Once again, this material coming out from Bilibili, aka the Chinese YouTube, right? So you can see some of the best quality plays. We're gonna analyze this, show you what they did, so you can apply in your games. If you're watching this game, make sure to share this video with your friend. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel to help us get to 100K so we can produce more content like this for you. Now let's take a look at the mid lane, right? Right off the bat, you notice that he hasn't learned skill 2 or skill 3. He was really waiting to see, okay, well, should I learn skill 2? He still hadn't learned the skill. He just used skill 1 plus auto attack to clear the wave and looking for the opportunity. And also introduced the enemy team, you know, like, oh, tell his teammates where the enemies are. Are they using, you know, are they opening up with blue or red? He's communicating using the AI to text feature in the game. So very communicative. You'll notice in highest level gameplay, this is a very common phenomenon that you saw. Another thing that I noticed that, again, because he saved skill 2 and realizing that the Shangguan was trying to invade the little boar, that's when he learned skill 2, just to fill in with a little bit of damage gap, you know, so he can secure the boar to his own favor instead of getting it stolen by Shangguan. Let's take a look. He's not really using skill 2 as a poking mechanism. And last time when we featured NUWA, I talked about this, right? The top players for NUWA, they don't use skill 2 haphazardly. It was mostly used sometimes to last hit and mostly just saving it, right? He just doesn't use it because keeping 3 stack of skill 2 is really fundamental or crucial for you to you know, coming in with all the combos here. Let's see if he want to teleport. He's waiting for the opportunity. Meanwhile, keep himself in a safe distance. Help the jungle clear by throwing a skill 1 into lizard. And so far, the rotation has pretty much been mid-farm centric, right? Haven't rotated too much, but it's not really an opportunity. And sometimes when you don't rotate, it's actually safer than rotating. Because for a character like NUWA, you don't really have inherent or built-in rotational skills, except for your ultimate, your dash, right? But if you run out your dash, which you can only use one way, you have to wait for a fairly long cooldown and you'll either walk back or teleport back and then walk from base to mid lane. And that's just risky or time wasting. So he has been really cautious on where he rotates. But he's always panning the map. And that's some 3-finger control stuff that we constantly mention, right? If it's kind of like, oh, Dave, why is this guy jerking the screen too much? That's something you have to learn when you play mobile, or just mobile in general. I've noticed people play PC mobile when I used to play Dota or League. That's also something you have to do, but use it with your mouse. Now use it with your finger, right? You have to pan the map to gather information as much as you can. So notice the enemy mid lane is in that bush, throw the skill 1, just get some vision. There are 2 characters probably in this game that you don't recognize. Number 1, Toro, which is a big bull. It's coming to global server soon. It's a really cool character. And I freaking love this character. Another one is Yuange on the Clash lane, something that you haven't learned much. Okay, let's see. He does a full combo here, do some damage to the enemy jungler. He's gonna teleport in. He decided not to, knowing that the enemy jungler picked up the heal and got a lot of HP back. So now put himself in danger. I think the reason why he noticed that he could do the teleport is because he had a flash ready as well, so he can escape if he's ever in harm's way. For this person right here, we can see that he's he has, well, 21,000 peak points. I don't know if that's even possible, you know. 21,000 peak points is the highest. It's global number 1 NUWA, so well deserved. But obviously, Bull rotating towards top side, getting himself killed, a mid lane. Now, we finally see the first teleportation coming out from NUWA, going to the bottom side. I think the reason why he did that is because he saw Toro, or the bull, you know, using the ultimate for initiation. So there's something might happen there. His 2 teammates are doing the overlord. Let's see what NUWA does, right? Quickly clear the wave, not using skill 2 right here. One more time, just saving it to last hit. And then, but again, constantly maintaining 2 to 3 stacks of skill 2. Okay, bottom side is fighting. Let's see when NUWA decided to teleport. Decided to use ultimate for wave clear first. Wasn't able to completely clear the wave. Is he gonna teleport here? Yes, he will. And then quickly do 2 skill 2s for the CC on Dianjie and then use skill 1. So, and by the way, I noticed for a lot of top NUWA players, I've been watching quite a bit of NUWA, global 1 NUWA. This character is so fun after the rework. Haven't watched our NUWA tutorial, make sure you're gonna do that. And I want to mention the difference between mastering combo, where once you get so proficient at all the combo, you will notice that top players don't just abuse the game with combos. Most of the time, they try to just go through the game with a simple geometry. Basically, what I mean is like they just use skill 2 to connect really fast to build boxes. Sometimes they will, if you understand geometry really well, they will try to connect boxes where they put 2 boxes, behind, they put 2 boxes on the other side, and put enemy in the middle and try to squash them. And that's something that's really cool to see as a proficient NUWA player. So he only have 1 stack now. I'm pretty sure he's gonna save his stack one more time. Last hit to kill the cannon. Okay, notice that DNJ is bottom side. Teleport, let's see what he does here. Skill 1, skill 2 to block the entryway. Quickly flash out so he doesn't get ulted by Shangguan, and then that's quick box plus ultimate to finish off the kill. So play pretty defensive. He rolled to the bottom, but make sure instantly he's in a safe position. Have to waste his flash as well. I wouldn't say waste, but utilize the flash as well to position himself safely. Again, NUWA is very squishy and is not a character you can always stand. Oh, here. Unfortunately, he did get, the enemy team is really good. This is the highest level ranked. So DNJ quickly flashed and did an ultimate on top of it. Instantly marked NUWA and he almost died. So that was kind of risky for sure. And this is what happens in the highest level rank, right? Now the single player here is tofu players, so they all contribute a lot to the game, which means this game's really high quality. And notice how NUWA, right after DNJ used the flash, he communicated. By the way, this is in Chinese, so you probably don't see it. But he used the voice to text feature in Honor of Kings, which is really useful. Again, you haven't done it, I recommend you try it. It's really insanely useful. And communication in mobile is so important. It gives you so much less headache, and also just give you a better gaming experience overall. So he communicated to the team that Shangguan used flash. So if you have the timing on it, right? If you go open up your chat box and go to the history of chat box, you can see when you type that. And once you know when you type that information, the thing about that is you can easily add 2 minutes on top of it. And that gives you an idea of like when the enemy million is gonna have a flash again. So over here, really good, really safe rotation coming out from NUWA right here, and a beautiful rotation. Let's go back and watch the team fight one more time, right? So he knows the top side is fighting. Shangguan already used ult. He knows he's kind of safe. No more dive here. Use the ultimate and then teleport. And that, again, that's still something that I noticed top players like to do. Instantly create boxes, right? This is skill 1, 2, and then do 2 more skill 2 to create boxes that way. This way he fence the enemy DNJ in, and then they just got murdered. Okay, Shangguan in, and he just got murdered. Even a top player sometimes miss skill 1 on NUWA, but notice how he doesn't chase combo, right? And that's why after you get really proficient at it. Because I watch this player for quite a bit now, and you will know that he uses the combo every time, when he really wants to. Especially when there's one time when someone was chasing him, and that's when he used the instant one-shot combo, right? He used a skill 2 box behind him, and another skill 2 to push enemy back, and skill 1 plus ult to one-shot the target who is pursuing him. Because you just have to master them. Once you play enough, you notice what combo is best for which scenario, right? Throw skill 1, test his luck. Not lucky here. Let's see if he just cleared mid wave. Okay. All right, team fight's happening. Let's see what he does, right? He has a box and another box. Create a big box to block the enemy's return path and predicted enemy Shangguan's landing position with the ultimate. Quickly finish off a kill and teleport bottom lane to support bottom lane, right? This is why I love NUWA, the instant rotation coming out from the skill 3 teleportation. There's a detail here. What NUWA did with the skill 2, right? I want to show one more time. So after he teleport, he throws a skill 1, he throws skill 2 further towards him to push the enemy Yao away. But after that, he tried to dash in. Not dash in, I would say walk towards the box for the fast travel. But notice enemy Diao Chan is dashing coming in, so he just take a step back. A lot of time when I notice the NUWA, and he just get transported back to the safer position. When I notice a top NUWA player, what they do is when they play, they are really careful with their movement. Because once you do the one-shot combo with the 2 boxes, you can travel, you can travel back and forth really fast, like a freaking escalator. It's really fun, right? But it's also, they maneuver it with so much caution. So nice dash right here to finish off the kill was the dash damage. And then that ultimate is so beautiful. Let's take a look. He noticed that he's gonna miss the ult, so he used the flash to reposition. So let's take a look at this team fight one more time, right? Dash in, do the damage to kill DNJ, and then use skill 1, skill 2 to fence off this Yuhuan. Use the ultimate, but Yuhuan is outside of the ultimate range, so make sure the skill land to secure the KO. he used a flash on top of the reposition. Remember, that's something you can do to reposition. A lot of time you use your skill 2 to reposition, but that's, very rare, I would say. Mostly it's a flash reposition, right? If you use the ultimate, if you need the ultimate to fill in a little bit more damage. Okay. All right, let's take a look. He's in mid lane. He noticed top side. Diao Chen completely alone. Geometry at its best. But this is how squishy NUWA is, right? Even though enemy team is completely soloed out, like he's singled out by the Kongming as well as NUWA, but just because there's some passive products from Diao Chen, and then NUWA was dead. So, however, though, geometry. He goes in, didn't throw skill 1 yet. Skill 2, combining, trying to fence the enemy in the middle so they get squashed. And then this way, he leverages the Chin CC, the tiny little pushback, and then you throw skill 1 on top of it. So a lot of details. Let's see. Okay, team fight is happening. Start off the game, I noticed that NUWA very much liked to use the teleport immediately to go to the battlefield. So skill 1 immediately. Let's see what he does with the second box. Okay, that's a 2-1 combo, the double push. And then throw another box plus the ultimate for more damage. Wow. This is what I meant, right? Like when the combo is available, when you notice that, okay, this is the opportunity where I can use my double push combo or instant one-shot combo, that's when they do it. Let's go back to watch his detail one more time, right? So he started off by walking to the battlefield, throw a box, prepare a box first, and then his target is Yu Huan, right? Notice how he positioned this box like behind Yu Huan for the first pullback, and then throw a skill 1 for the push, and that's instant kill. And then throw another skill 2 to finish the matrix. But that was unnecessary because there's no enemy there, right? Just throw an ultimate for the damage. So again, beautiful rotation from mid lane, and that's something you can learn from NUWA players, starting off with an ultimate to quickly get to the battlefield and start running down the cooldown for your teleport so you can use it as soon as possible. Notice how he uses skill 3, teleportation, to go to the top side after the team fight is finished to continue to farm. Even though mid lane doesn't get most of the farm a lot of times, you can see right now he's only the number 3 most farm on his team, not even the most farm on his team. But this is enough. I'm pretty sure he gets MVP because a lot of times for Honor of King, they don't give you MVP based on how many kills you have, how much damage you did. Is one metric called damage to gold ratio. So how much gold do you have to how much damage, well, how much damage you're able to dish out per gold. And that's really important, right? If you're able to maximize the efficiency or return for investment of your gold, that's what Honor of King look at the most. Okay, so here he missed most of the skills, but he still have skill 1 box on the map, throw a skill 2 to proc, use the ultimate to do so much damage, teleport, actually commits to it, and push the Diao Chen away. And this is geometry, right? Notice how he see where Diao Chen is and then put another box behind him. So Diao Chen squished, it's right in the middle, gets squashed, and did the insane amount of damage. And that's something that you really want to learn when you play NUWA, right? Let's see here. Throw skill 1 patiently after Yu Huan's position is confirmed. And even though Yao cleared this wave, yeah, they last for a little bit longer here, but NUWA is thinking about contemplating over teleporting. Decided not to do that. And then throw a skill 2 to push Yu Huan away from pursuing this Yuan pursuing this Puppet Master. And that's a character, by the way, that you probably we'll see in global servers soon, right? Eventually when everything become unified and completely aligned. It's a really cool character, by the way. It came out right after I played Pro for Honor of Kings in the mainland server, and it was extremely fun. Also one of the most complicated characters. That's the thing about Honor of King. There are characters that anyone can play, like Daji, like really simple and fun characters, that you can use. There are also complicated characters like Puppet Master. Imagine controlling 2 characters at once, kind of like Yone from League. There can be complication like Luna, right? Like Jing, if you're talking about fast hands, even though with 3 skills, but it's just, you have to be really, really fast with your auto attack. Your auto attack considered a skill in that case. All right, he didn't have vision, so instantly throw a skill 1 to the bush to find out. He saw Yu Huan there, and notice the geometry one more time. He tried to put enemy team in the middle and try to create some distance for the boxes, so it's like fast ball control, okay? Throw a skill 1 right here, throw a box with the geometry, and quickly create a matrix. The enemy team is chasing him, and he survives, which is quite interesting here, but not for long, right? That push turned out to be deadly to him. I mean, he's dead either way because the teleportation is just too aggressive. However, I believe that's the game here because enemy team got wiped out because of it. So, some sacrifice are for sure worth it. This is not a game he gets MVP, but it gives you a really good example of how to rotate with NUWA. I will summarize a few tips and tricks here. I think that most important thing is you don't want to over-rotate. You want to see if there's an opportunity for you to rotate. Another thing, don't rush your skills, right? Immediately after you clear the first wave, if there's opportunity for me to teleport, if there is, I can learn skill 3. But if there isn't, I'll learn skill 2. So there's a lot of things that he did. Also for a rotation, use the teleportation to farm as well. Sometimes you can use the teleportation to farm, and when I come out of the base, I can use the skill 3 to teleport immediately to lane. So the cooldowns start running down, and you're gonna have it for the next team fight. And most of the time, just position versus save. And there's also a lot of micro tips for NUWA in this tutorial, in this gameplay as well. Use your geometry a lot of times. Master those combos from the tutorial. Go back to watch the NUWA tutorial we made. Just be mindful. Most of the time, you're just playing geometry, right? Notice how he always just maximize the distance between the boxes. The very important tip we talked about. Doesn't matter how far the boxes are, they always collapse at using the same amount of time. So the further they are, the quicker they collapse, the faster the quality control, and also more damage you do, right? Because you can quad control and Trinity on top of it. So the global one does get MVP here. Let's take a look at the item build. Global ranking. If you don't understand this, this means national ranking in China, which is also global ranking, I would say, right? You understand how hard this is. Last episode, we did a video about Feng. He was global 1. And then he was global 1 Feng, but he was also global 1000 for the overall ranking. This NUWA is global 1. All right, let's take a look at global number 1 NUWA's item, right? We have Scepter of Reverberation. I just call it Scepter. Boost of Arcane, which is for more penetration, which is really good to give you 100 pen, plus the extra burst damage from the Scepter of Reverberation, so you can do a lot of damage early on. And the next item is immediately the Tomb of Wisdom. Tomb of Wisdom gives you so much more damage, and the NUWA just builds on raw damage, right? And then go to the 7th Wrath. The 7th Wrath. Okay, this is such a hard name to pronounce for this item, 7th Wrath. But this item also gives you overall magic power increase, right? Because increase your magic power by percentage-wise. And also Void Staff. Void Staff for more penetration. So if you just use the popular build, or I would say recommended build in-game, that's this guy's build, by the way. Because a lot of Honor King's recommended build is really accurate. They're using the top builds from the best, most competitive region for this game as a guide. So this way you can have like an easier access to the best build. So like this is actually the recommended build in game already. So you can just use this build. The last item you can decide, right? Are you all constantly in a lot of trouble? If you are, you can build something like Splendor, or you can just go for some more defensive item. But if you're not in a lot of trouble, you can build another Tomb of Wisdom, right? Like that's something I like to do a lot of times just for the extra fun. Or I see people even build Insatiable Tomb sometimes for a little bit of lifesteal so you can stay in lane a little bit more. There's something that you can do, you know? There are just so many options as a last item for NUWA, because this character you get caught, you kind of died anyways. All right, that's it for this mid-lane macro rotation tutorial. If this type of video that you like, guys, leave a comment down below, let us know. With that, Ascendave signing off, and I'll see you guys all in the next one, if there is a next one. Bye for now.